It's the rundown.
Sports Clips. Sports Clips haircuts offer a unique experience that exceeds the typical haircut. Sports Clips stylists are experts in men and boys' haircuts with specialized training and techniques. Cutting guys' hair can be harder than cutting women's hair. When you go to Sports Clips versus a place that cuts women's hair, you're getting stylists that specifically cut men's hair. Sports Clips, I don't know why I say Sports Clips, Sport Clips experts understand facial hair and facial shape and hair texture and cutting to a guy's best advantage. Your experience is even better with on-deck text alerts, which limits wait time, messages, data fees may apply. Visit a Sports Clip near you for a haircut that exceeds the typical experience from start to finish.
We start off with what's got to be the best Catfish saga since, I don't know, Brian Colangelo maybe?
That's not a catfish, that was a burner.
Burner,
What was the
yeah.
last
Well, that's what I mean.
catfish?
First
last
internet
catfish
drum.
has to be. I mean, there might have been other ones, but you really have to go back to Manti Te'o to be a real
Yeah,
memorable
What was
one.
the chick's
yeah.
name though? This Sarah something, the gambling chick. Remember that one?
No. That might have been a
Anyone?
gambler.
Tommy? Roan.
Can
you fact check real quick?
The female catfish gambler chick?
There was a big one. Do you have your phone on you?
No, I don't.
Oh shit.
Apparently
sorry.
Tommy's more valuable than we thought.
Yeah, damn it. But yeah, it's been a long
but
time.
the point stands that to be a catfish where you like get tricked into thinking someone is real, you got to be so fucking stupid.
I don't even think it's stupid. I think you can be very smart. I think you just have to be very, very sad.
Very
it's-
sad, very
no.
gullible, just want to believe in something.
It's a dangerous combo of horny and just like wanting friends. Friendship.
I mean,
kinship.
You're describing me at my
I'm
saddest.
describing fights. I'm describing the entire internet.
Yeah, I know.
Like that's
When
the
I'm
internet.
sad, I'm horny and I want friendship.
But 1 ounce of savviness of you're unwilling to show me your face.
No,
I'm out. You're a
no,
catfish.
but
You're a
this
catfish.
is-
That's it.
This is like, it's actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's shocking more catfishes don't exist.
Happen more often?
Happen
Yeah.
more often because it's like, if you could think like, hey, where can we find horny dudes looking for friendship, maybe a little sex?
Yeah.
Oh, the internet is just chock full of them. Like, all of them
Well,
exist
everybody's
there.
catfishing to some extent, right? The
Ball,
whole world is
Yeah,
catfishing.
there you have it.
Bring your
That's-
phone.
That's a
Do some fact checking for us.
Philosophical on you. Yeah.
yeah.
We're
We're
all
all
catfishing to some
catfishing a little
extent.
bit.
But so if this story, if you don't know, this story is
Glenny with an
the
all-time
story
song.
of
Look up
yeah.
Sarah Phillips.
Just
I think
slow
her name
walking
is.
it. You know, take your time, Glenn.
Look up Sarah Phillips.
Nobody's ever going to
catfish.
confuse Glenny with that. No. Come on. So this story was Vivian, the Lakers podcaster fanatic who had cancer, because you have to have cancer if you're going to be catfishing.
Yeah.
It's the
Well,
ultimate
that's how-
excuse.
Yeah, that's how you get out.
Right.
Yeah.
And you get sympathy.
It's
you
like,
get,
what do they call it? A golden parachute?
Well,
Yeah.
it's not only that.
It's like, if shit goes down, I got the cancer.
I
Yeah.
was thinking about it more too. Like the cancer thing, that is a real like. Go ahead and call me out.
Yes.
Because you can't. If you
Right, you
call,
better
if
be
you
right.
Wrongly accuse someone
Yes.
of faking cancer.
Right.
That's never happened at Barstool.
Never.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, so you get sympathy, you have the ultimate like
God.
defense, and you and like when you're not around for a little while, like what happened here, she was like, oh yeah, I had chemo. You know, it's like, and no, everyone's just gonna be like, okay.
I mean,
don't know.
didn't she ripped a fugue state on us, didn't she?
Yeah,
Like,
she
she was
went
like-
Cranston on us, like she was
I had treatment and then I blacked out afterwards.
Yep.
She went full fugue state.
everyone's just gonna be like, yeah, okay.
ESPN, they're page 2 right.
That's right. Okay, so it was Sarah Phillips. She catfished ESPN. She got hired by ESPN.
Wow.
Columnist who just
One of the greatest catfishes out there.
But she just said she was a gambler and she wasn't. Or
She was
something?
a gambler and she was a hot chick, so they're like, this is a jackpot.
And she never placed bets or something like that?
And it was
no,
a man?
No,
Or
she was a man.
dude?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
yeah, it
Oh.
was a true
So-
catfish.
Oh, wow. Have you seen this show, this reality show, The Circle?
I've heard of that.
You like only interact
Yes.
through, and there's guys, like there's this one dude, he kind of looks like Greg the Egg from Succession, who's just pretending to be this like super hot chick named Emily.
That's
And
hot.
it's like, she's
hot.
super hot.
I mean, look, it's
it's AOL chat rooms, bro.
Guys,
We've all
guys
been
our
doing
age,
it.
like we have
Yeah.
practice, like we're born into this shit.
So that was
but
what
I
was
don't
funny.
think I could do it currently.
That-
I don't think I could be a woman anymore.
Well, that guy, so there's Vivian, then there's this guy Josh and what was his name? Wally. What's the other guy's name?
Oh, what? No,
Oh,
no, it's Waleed.
Waleed. Yes, there's
Waleed.
Josh and Waleed. And then people think that Josh is pretending to be Vivian. But Vivian came out and was like, "Are you kidding me? Like a dude's gonna pretend to be a chick?" And I was kind of like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
But you're right. It is hard to keep up with now. And then the X
Like
Factor.
I would be like fucking not Will Ferrell, fucking Steve Carell in Knocked Up. 40-year-old virgin.
Begs
When I was
Sans.
like, I don't know how to talk like a woman anymore.
Right.
I would have no clue.
The game has passed me by.
I was like, I have menstrual cramps today. That's like all I got.
We were saying on the yak though, like, isn't the play like if there's someone who's outed catfish to just like then hop in and be like ride or die at the 1% chance it might be a real chick?
But you're buying low right now.
As low as possible.
Yeah.
The worst thing that happens, you
Yeah.
end up with a sweet dude that you can hang out with.
you end up with a new pal. A
Yeah,
new friend.
right. Like, what's the?
Well, so here's my thing about it.
she's
like,
a penny stock right now.
They also were like, the weird X factor is that they've done a podcast together.
Yep.
So
3.
Yeah, and they were saying that maybe she used a voice like modulator. So we're getting in real deep to catfishing. Usually you keep everything digital, you keep everything on text. But if there's been some talking, someone's gone in pretty deep. And for what?
And it's also
what is the end game? To get more followers? Do you get off?
no,
do these
it's
people get off on the
friendship.
fact?
It's
I think you get
friendship.
off on it.
Yeah, like I got 20,000 followers today because I tricked all you.
It's a lonely dude who's sitting in his apartment being like, I really wish I was a Lakers blogger.
Yeah.
What's a fast cut, a way to get there? Oh, I'm going to be a chick and get
And I
all these
have
friends
cancer,
to like
and,
me.
yeah.
And then, one of the best elements of this is because it's like NBA Twitter, like the dude who uncovered the voice modulator is like Suns Twitter. So it's like all these NBA Twitters fighting against each other, being like, "Look at these loser Laker
Absolutely,
fans."
everyone's
like
turning
all
on
these
each other. Yes.
factions, and then KD's involved, and Taylor
So then
Rooks.
on the
What
other
was that
side,
KD thing
so
about?
KD jumps into a Twitter Spaces room, which is like Clubhouse. The room was called Catfishes, so they were talking about it already. This dude, Big Kingley, he had been catfished by Vivian. He fell in love with her. He was dating her,
Yes.
and he said like FaceTime me, and she said no. He's like, let's meet up. Said no. And then he put together, based on tweets or whatever, he's like, this is a catfish, and it's that dude, Josh. So they're in this Twitter room, in this Twitter Spaces room, and his friend is like, yo, Big Kings, tell him the story. Tell KD the story. Tell KD the story. So he explains that he got catfished.
And is Big King's just like a random Twitter user?
Yeah, Lakers Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think some of these guys have like little clout within the Lakers fan base, whatever.
Right,
But
they
yeah,
got
they're
a
just
few
regular
thousand
dudes.
followers.
And
The most dangerous, just as a side tangent, the most dangerous amount of followers on Twitter, I truly believe, is
mid-level.
like 3,000 to 10,000.
Yes.
Where it's like
you don't have anything to lose,
but you think
got,
that you're like a big fucking deal. So then you get this where you're in a community and
Yes.
it's like
Yeah,
it's all
in
the
your
people that attack
world.
us.
Yeah.
All the people that attack us have 3,000 followers,
Yep.
and they're all retweet each other.
Yeah. And then so KD's in there just listening to the story, and he's like, "Man, this is pathetic, bro." He was like, "I
He's like,
guess you
"He's a
don't.
dude."
Yeah, I guess you don't have like many girls in your life, huh?" So he didn't really say much about it, but just then the fact that it was like there's a Laker fan troll and Kevin Durant's talking about it, it just went.
And then Taylor Rooks jumped in the spaces, and then she was trending because everyone was making jokes, being like, "Taylor Rooks is in the spaces, like everyone act appropriate."
Yeah. Taylor
real
Rooks
chick just
runs
showed up.
shit. Yeah, she has power, dude.
And
Taylor,
Like
she used to be the sideline reporter for the Warriors, right? And now
she
she's
used to
like
work for
complex.
Bleacher Report. No,
I
think
don't
she
know of
still
that,
is.
but she.
Who was
Turner.
the one that like I remember when the Warriors won their run within the finals like
No.
every year. They had a sideline reporter who like it would be like they would like she would always go viral like KD would be like kind of looking at her.
Yeah.
That's
No,
not
no,
Taylor
Well,
Rooks.
I don't know. I mean, Taylor Rooks is gorgeous.
Yeah.
So
But
I
she's
don't know
also
if it's-
she like does
she
interviews,
knows her
podcasts.
shit.
She's very good.
Yeah, that's why she can run shit.
Right.
She knows her shit, but it's also like, oh yeah, I'm like the most beautiful person on the planet.
She's the real version of what all these dudes thought Vivian
Yes,
was.
yes. Where
Like,
it's
all
like
these
the
dudes
unicorn,
build
like
up
a
Vivian.
beautiful
Yeah.
chick who also can talk to you about like Steph's shooting percentage. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god. So yeah, when she's in the mix, everyone's like, yeah.
And then
when
Kevin-
Taylor Rooks is up in the spot, watch out.
And then like O'Shea Jackson,
Oh,
Ice Cube's son.
Ice Cube's son was tweeting like
retweeted,
save
like,
Vivian.
yeah,
The
find
Lakers
her.
were like
Markieff
find her.
Morris.
With the
Yep.
Lake, was that real? That I
I don't know.
Photoshopped. That couldn't have been
So
real.
I mean, there was the one video of what's his name?
Waleed, I
Waleed.
think, yeah.
Waleed had his phone filming Josh's phone, scrolling through, and he was like, "Look, like this is the Lakers like account." And he showed it was Twitter, and he was like clicking on the DMs and open up the conversation. So it could be fake, but it would have taken a decent amount of effort. But so would fucking voice modulators.
Right.
So these
I
guys,
saw, like,
whoever is
audio-
doing it.
excuse me, I saw audio engineers like breaking it
Yeah,
down.
That was the Sun's Twitter guy.
Yes.
That was the Sun's Twitter guy.
And he,
But
like,
that he had no conclusion. He was
broke
just
down-
like,
he
he's
said
like,
that he
so
was-
it could be fake, but also definitely this might be real.
I saw one conclusion that was she's Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was like,
Australian,
yeah, contenders.
Yeah.
They're going to be contenders. Like, this has got to be someone from down under. I mean, what is going on?
It was
But
awesome.
then the funniest thing. Oh, and then so I earlier today I said like, so there's really no conclusion here. We don't like we just here's a funny story. But then I guess what kind of is a conclusion here is Vivian. The Butterfly 424 account, which is Vivian, tried to show proof of life by making a video where it was a girl and she held up a sign that said like the date and the time and the word and the name Vivian, but Vivian was spelled V-I-V-E-N, which is not how you spell it. So everyone was like, "That's not how you spell Vivian," and then she deleted her whole
Yeah, I
account.
watched
But
in
that's
real
got
time.
my fucking,
Yeah.
that's
You
got
think
my
that's too
antennas up.
too
That's-
stupid?
That's like when people used to like jump on Trump, like, look at him, like, you think he's not doing that on purpose,
Yeah.
this stupid thing?
Yeah.
Like, this one was like, like, if you're going through voice modulators and
Right,
and
it
it
is
is like,
suspect.
she also, her face is real. She's a model.
So that's
right?
yeah. They found
But,
an
like, it's,
Instagram
like,
account
altered.
of like a beautiful model who's famous but not too famous that you would recognize her. And I think they're doing face swaps. It's
Yeah.
not like they're just taking the pictures. It's like just taking the
So you're doing a little bit of alteration.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to go to that length
And then-
on all
and then
those
spell
things
Vivian wrong.
and be like, forget to remember how you spell your name.
unless you were.
I mean, it's an old video, and hoping that like no one like it could be something that she just found online.
What?
Like it could be from that Instagram girl's account. Like who's the Instagram?
It is weird to just have like a white sheet of paper, like it's almost
Did
like
she say anything in the video?
No.
No, she
it's
says,
a
like- she
GIF.
says, like, it's
like
me.
a GIF. It's just thank you.
yeah, thank you. That's
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
was.
I watched it
Because
real
if you
time
were
as she
to
deleted
make
her
a
account.
video trying to prove your innocence, you would be like, "Look, it's me. I'm Vivian. I'm a girl. Look at
Right.
my face. Look at like."
It almost looked like a template where it's like Photoshop this, 'cause it's just a white
And
piece of
someone
paper.
put it
Yeah,
Mm.
you
Yeah.
face swap that.
And you know what else is really weird? This all started because Vivian's sister slid into Josh's DMs and said Vivian's gone missing.
Yeah.
So that had to be initiated by the catfisher, who, right?
I would
Because there's DMs of that.
But
So,
it's just-
so I think this is
okay?
my
read about it right now. I just don't really understand.
my thought is that that's a catfisher being. That's like when a serial killer like leaves some evidence on purpose.
Yeah.
This is too easy. Everyone thinks that I'm Vivian. I gotta sprinkle in some dramatics here. I've gone missing.
Yeah.
You know, because otherwise it all just started like if you wanted to stay undercover, you just wouldn't make up a story that you went missing and have your sister DM your like Twitter crush.
When I was
that
in-
guy Josh, he may not be Vivian. He may be Vivian. He may not be. He's down bad. He's down real bad.
When I was in
him
college,
and
a
Wendell,
chick-
whatever the fucking name is, are.
Lead.
I can't.
Yeah,
I don't.
Lead.
It's not sticking in my brain.
That's like you. It's Dave's hosting the rundown.
It is.
Yeah.
It's Wale. It's
McCulkey
Wendell.
Culkin,
It's
man.
those two guys are. They're
going
just
on?
dorks. They're tough.
They're doing an ad thing outside.
When I was in college, a chick kidnapped herself, and it was fucking awesome.
Wow.
Yeah,
to get out of a
just
test or something.
She was just living in the woods, like in a tent. And then they like went and they found Home Depot, and they're like, "You
This
bought
girl
the
bought
rope,
everything.
you bought the
Yeah.
fucking duct tape."
Was she trying to
the
get out of
tent."
school or
I don't
something?
know. Yeah,
Just
it was
attention?
crazy.
Just
But
a little-
everyone was
Could you
freaking out.
imagine?
She's just horny and looking for friendship.
Yeah, it was
That's
crazy.
what everyone's doing. That should be everyone's like dating profiles, like horny and looking for friendship. I
everyone's
do want to
Twitter
fuck,
bio.
but I am. Yeah, right.
And,
right.
and it really goes to it when it's like dudes who want to talk sports. It's like, oh, this chick wants to talk sports with me.
Yeah, right.
Oh man.
Dream girl.
Yeah, I'm so horny
That's the
now.
last thing I want to do is talk sports with a chick. You know what I mean?
I don't want to talk sports to anyone anymore.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
You've made your bed, bro.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
too
want to
tough
talk
for you.
sports.
Yeah.
The other thing was Kevin and I both. This might be just dad's schedule, but we both were randomly. I was reading all this at 3 a.m. I woke up because I fucking wake up all the time.
Yeah,
in the middle of the night.
I rolled over and saw the Taylor Rooks tweets, and I was like, "What's going on
I
here?"
wanted to tweet something, but I was like, I might be sleepwalking and talking.
Yeah.
This would be really stupid, like a Roseanne situation. Like, I wake up and it's like, why did Big Cat tweet about fake cancer? Like, what? And then I woke up, and then we both, like,
I was like, let's
first
go.
thing tweet I see at like 7:50 in the morning was yours. I was like, yeah, that happened.
I was thinking like I just don't. I was like, if I do this, if I dive into this, I'm up for the day. Like I'm gonna talk about this for like
Yes.
4 hours.
What
Yes.
time was this at?
3 something, right?
Really?
3 in the morning. I just rolled over. And I was like, I can't sleep.
I retweeted their both Vivian and Josh's tweets because they both use the peace emoji.
Yeah.
They're like farewell.
Mm-hmm.
I retweeted them back to back, and then I just looked at my mentions, and someone was like, "Bro, go to sleep," and then I just unretweeted them and went back to sleep.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, dude, you are so right.
You got to be careful out here with the catfishers. You got to be careful. You got to learn how to throw these hands. You got to learn how to be able to defend yourself. You got to be able to learn how to fight, get the aggression out, exercise, be in shape. That's why you got to get Liteboxer. Liteboxer, it hacks your brain so that you exercise longer and harder by tricking you into like you're kind of playing a game. You're kind of doing like an activity.
I didn't realize this.
Yeah, they're tricking your dumb brain.
Yeah,
we got it right there.
There's one right around
Every time I walk by,
I
you have it?
I go
Yeah.
to my apartment. I use it every day. I didn't realize how they were getting me. But they do have one thing that keeps track of your how hard you punch.
So every time you're throwing harder?
I'm convinced Liteboxer's fucking with me because they won't give me 5 out of 5. I'm 4 out of 5 every time.
Of course.
It's like the old
And-
machine at the bar.
Yeah, and it's so
Absolutely.
annoying. And like,
Yeah.
there'll be times like I will intentionally like wait so I'm not getting too tired, and I'll hit it as
Throw it,
hard as I
hit
can.
it, yeah.
Dude.
I'm like, that must have been a 5. Come on.
That punch machine had to have caused more injuries than anything
Yeah.
ever.
How many videos of guys have you seen
Yeah,
like swing,
I've
fall,
seen it
hit
live.
the thing?
People just falling and slipping.
But Liteboxer, it lights up kind of like Simon. So you're like punch here, punch there. It measures your power, measures your speed, so it keeps up with all your stats. So you kind of, you're working out your mind while you're working out your body. It's kind of a fun activity, a fun puzzle, a fun game, and you're also just getting in shape and with your stats. I mean, we've seen it with every workout thing now tracks your progress, gives you numbers, assigns you a score, and that makes you get competitive and makes you want to do better. There's 6 targets with 200 different LED lights. So there's all sorts of different programs you can do. Real-time stats, track the progress with the performance dashboard. It's like having a virtual trainer. It's like having, this person is just not a person
You
in your
believe
apartment.
it too.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you can do one more.
Yeah,
Like, you're fucking
definitely.
right.
You're
I
goddamn
can.
right I can.
I can do one more.
So go to liteboxer.com, liteboxer.com/rundown. Get $100 off your machine. That's liteboxer.com/rundown for $100 off. Super League is done. No mas.
You're
Hogo Bonito
welcome.
wins.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm just saying credit, and
Yeah.
people are thanking me now, and they're making
you, Big
Europeans even more mad. They're like, you fucking created it. You didn't save it. I'm like, dude, you got to create something to kill it.
What was the
The fans.
The fans.
Fans,
At this
like-
point, I mean, before we were recording, it was kind of they were starting to fall in, so maybe more
It's
of
5 right now.
Man U was last one to leave.
Yeah.
Man City.
Man U.
Man U was last one.
Man City was already out.
Man City
Chelsea,
was?
Man City, Madrid, someone else, and then
Barcelona.
Man U. Yeah, and then Man
Yeah.
U.
So
It
all
is-
the big dogs that were once in are now like, never mind, we're out.
Yeah, I think that like John Henry Glazer and like Kroenke, how do you pronounce his name? Kroenke. I think they're gonna be like the last 3 at a party.
Yeah.
They're gonna be fucking.
Because
Oh,
they
the
don't give a
Titanic,
shit.
yeah.
Those guys
Really?
don't care if soccer fans don't like them. So they're like, fuck it, we'll hang
Right.
on till the bitter end.
Which sucks though, because I mean, with all these teams, like there was a team of a league of 12. Now there are 5 gone, so we're a league of 7.
Here you go.
Like, yeah, you can't have a league of 7,
No.
so you're gonna have to leave.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to come fucking crawling back to your fans, who now know
It's better-
without question that you don't give a fuck about
Yes.
them.
No,
Like,
you could spin it and be like, we heard you.
Yeah, we listened.
I think even
we
the
listened.
because I
now we
think
gotta
that
go
like
counseling together. We're like, we got to work on it.
who was it? James Corden had said like it's long been a fear of fans that they really don't give a shit about us, and now we've learned it.
but
Dude,
see-
how fucking dumb are soccer
Yeah,
fans? You
yeah.
guys don't know this
Like-
yet?
Wait, but this is they're just gonna do what every owner since the history of time has done. They're gonna get out of the Super League, and then next time there's a transfer window, they're gonna be like, we don't have any money because you didn't let us
Yes.
in the Super League.
Yeah,
It's
you should.
fucking 101.
Yes.
But my question with this, and I haven't really had a chance to talk to anyone who would really know, so maybe Troops had enlightened you. Isn't this how the Premier League formed, like yesterday? Like people think the Premier League's been around
It's
forever.
like 1994.
It's
I think.
99, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the
right?
same idea,
Like
right?
it's
the
like
best
the
of the
Premier League's
best.
been around like
Yeah, but
20
I think it's the idea that there was no relegation, and also the prize money in the Super League was going to basically kill every other league.
You just wouldn't give a shit
Was it
about
Because, like,
it.
99?
if
Is it
you-
80?
if
No, it was
Liverpool-
89. 89, 92 was when Premier League first started being on TV.
The example I
92,
used yesterday's rundown, if baseball did it and there was a Super League in MLB and the Mets started 2-10 in the MLB, they would never pitch Jacob deGrom in MLB again.
Right.
They would just pitch him in Super League. So like if Liverpool started middle of the table, they would just be like, all of our only games that matter are the Super League.
But were they even gonna be allowed to play in both?
I think they would have, but I don't know. I mean,
The rule, like the Champions League and UEFA and FIFA said you're not going to be able to play in the World Cup and shit. But I think
right.
that would have been crazy
It's all
for them to
bargaining.
really stick to their guns. Yeah.
Also, just shout out Stephen Shea, put this tweet in there. Him just being the greatest American of all time and being like, "What's the big deal? The Glazers won me 2 Super Bowls." And like, I was the meanest retweet I've ever done, but I retweeted it, and
Like, look at this dumb American.
people have been
Yeah.
DMing him like, "I'm gonna rip you limb to limb." Like,
Dude,
I'm
some
gonna piss down your
of
throat.
the tweets that troops were getting was just fucking deplorable from these soccer people. I mean, they're just despicable. It's like, calm down, everyone, calm down. Just
They're passionate.
horrible racist shit. and
Well,
just, like,
I think maybe they are soccer people, maybe they weren't, but like the ones I saw where their N-words on Instagram, those were from Americans. I think they didn't like him saying like anti-American stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
like,
those people are
I
trash.
saw one of them was like, she was from Vegas. She was a Route 91 survivor. She had that on her Instagram bio. So yeah, I think those ones were American.
Yeah, okay. All right, that makes more sense.
But also, what I think, so because I've read, I didn't read the full thing, but a book called The Club, and it's about how the Premier League was formed, and like soccer fans were really mad about that when it was just like we were building nice stadiums,
Right.
and there's
They'll turn around and say that. They'll cry poor. I mean, it's owner 101.
It was like, I think when the Premier League was first formed, like they just pissed in troughs out back. They stole everything from the NFL.
Right.
They got their Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
they got,
America creates sport. That was the funny part about Super League, which I stopped trolling once I realized how like upset people were. But
That's life
the
and death,
idea
man.
that like Americans just like were like, hey, we're gonna fix your sport by just making it like our sports.
Right.
Like, that's a hilarious idea.
But
we've got it
don't
right.
they love that, right? They love that part, right?
What?
Like what it is right now.
Yeah, they
That's
don't.
pretty heavy American influence.
Yeah, they just don't. The idea of taking away relegation, but yeah.
I'm with them on that. I'd like to. I think we've often discussed bringing relegation into American.
But American owners would never do it.
Right.
Because it's just
Less
completely
money.
devalues your
Yeah,
franchise.
for sure. What was the other topic?
Steph.
Curry's just
Steph.
out of his fucking mind. He's playing with obviously with a chip on his shoulder. There's been so much talk about, who can he carry a team with everybody gone or injured, and it's like, well, he's still one of the fucking best to ever throw a ball through a hoop. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
I mean-
I was arguing with a couple of people. I'm not arguing, but like talking about how good Steph is, because I do think we do the thing where we don't realize that we're watching history. And I know people are like, dude, LeBron.
With
okay,
Steph,
whatever.
I feel like he is one you kind of do.
He's the greatest shooter
like,
of all
when
time.
you watch it, you like, and Steph got me at least kind of interested in basketball. Like I would I'm gonna watch this Warriors game. Like Steph's gonna go fucking nuts.
The stat that I saw, which is crazy, if Steph went 0 for 500 for his next 500 3-point attempts and then retired the next day, he'd still be a better 3-point shooter than Ray Allen.
Oh,
Like, it's crazy.
Holy
That's how much
shit.
better he is.
I thought you were
than
gonna say like
second
Michael
best.
Jordan,
No.
someone who's like not a good 3-point
Oh,
shooter.
those stats are
Forget it.
crazy.
Yeah.
There's like I think Steph.
Ray Allen,
I think
Jesus
Steph hit
Christ.
as many threes in this like week and a half
it's-
than like Larry Bird did in like 1989.
Holy
Like that's just crazy.
shit.
Here's
Like,
this one.
you're-
Career
and-
games with 10 plus 3-point, with 10 plus made threes. Ray Allen 1, Kevin Durant 0, Kobe Bryant 1, Kyrie Irving 0, Larry Bird 0,
That
Peja
15.
Stojakovic 1, Reggie Miller 0. Games with 10 plus made 3-pointers this week. Steph Curry 3.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bananas, man.
He's the
That's
best shooter of all
absurd.
time. And it's
What do you
like,
think the number he tops out at it? Like I feel like he could hit like 18 in a game.
Yeah.
Like if he really went unconscious, where it's like, yeah, I put up 60 tonight just on 3-pointers. Like,
I'm mad.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
I'm like re-mad that I've come to terms going full circle on this run now with Kevin Durant, because I do think you said it, Kevin, and I've had this take for a little bit of time that like he really is just an online guy, and it's kind of funny.
He's
at this
done
point.
it long enough, and I'm like, you're not faking it. You
Right.
really just like to fuck around on Twitter
Right.
like the rest of us.
But the like him going to the Warriors did kind of just not like it just made everyone hate the Warriors so
Yeah.
much when it's like holy shit, and like we forget how awesome Clay is.
Yep.
Like that's the craziest thing is
Well,
Steph and
they
Clay
were
are
a
two of the best shooters of all
They were a
time.
natural super team that did it through the draft and savvy trades and shit. And they didn't need to do that with Durant, and they could have been just a beloved, like, awesome team.
I think
and then
that
they kind
before
of
KD got there, if I remember
they were
correctly,
teetering on
it
just like
was
they're just too
Well,
good.
no, they
But
lost.
there was no.
Yeah, they lost that finals though because that was the thing that made me laugh last night. Someone was like, "Steph is incredible, but we know that like he can't be like the alpha dog and carry a team." It's like, dude, they won a championship with 67 wins. Then
Right.
the next year they won 73 games.
Yeah.
And they didn't win, but
Right.
they won 73 games. He was the
Right,
best
so
player.
he can do it, but
Maybe
but
not
yeah.
anymore, but
No, but what he can do now is just like
He's only 33 though, right? Like,
Yeah.
shooters can
Yeah.
play forever, right?
Yeah.
That's the
How
thing.
was Ray Allen when he was on the
he
Celtics?
Yeah.
probably won't. I don't know if they can
He's on the Heat?
rebuild around him or whatever. Who knows if he ever gets back to the top where it's like they're like a little dynasty or the team to beat again. But he's got his rings, he's got his MVPs, and he can just be like, now I just fucking shoot. Now
Yeah.
I'm just breaking records.
That's
now I'm
what
just
I-
putting up
that's what I
points.
would
Now
do.
he's just like at the playground, like fucking around almost.
I hope he doesn't leave and go. The crazy thing is the Warriors actually they have the Timberwolves pick. Remember?
Yeah.
They have the Timberwolves pick
Yeah.
and they have James Wiseman, so they could either package that and trade or
just
like they
start
should
building
be.
again.
They should have another crack at
I
this.
think he stays put. I feel like
Yeah.
he wants to be a warrior, like one of those guys. Like
Well, especially
for
if
life,
this
you
ends
know?
up being a top 3 pick and they have
Yeah, they
Clay
can
coming
get good
back,
again.
James Wiseman, like
Yeah.
I don't know. That would be interesting.
Yeah. Right, Glenny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mets Cubs tonight.
Ooh.
Cubs suck.
Do they?
We're on the
Mets
other
don't.
end. Like you guys are.
Yeah. The Mets, I mean, listen, the Mets fucking pitching is lights out. Marcus Stroman's pitching for his contract, and he's earning it.
That was a great tweet.
The
Poo-poo take.
Poo-poo take is like his thing. So he said that to some other beat reporter, and everybody like was buzzing about it. So then he said it again. So I think he's gonna have poo-poo takes.
Yeah. Just
He-
calling
the-
out
the
people.
problem
What
is-
poo-poo takes?
I mean, imagine it's a bad take.
It's just
but-
he says like
What was
he
the
said.
poo-poo take?
Oh, I don't remember. But
It was
he just
something
says
about.
like.
It was that he was talking to the Rockies bench after he made that play.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And he was
that play where I
flashing
told you it was
the
like
goal to the
gold
Mets
glove,
bench.
gold glove.
Yeah.
He was like I was looking at my dugout pointing to like my glove. It had nothing to do with them. That's a poo-poo take, sir. The problem is you can't do that. He blocks a lot of people on. He's a Rico Bosco. You can't really talk shit and then also block people.
Nah.
So, but whatever. It's his Twitter. What does Rico say? Like it's my experience.
It's my experience.
Yeah.
I control my experience.
Yes. and he's pitching lights fucking out.
Yeah.
So if him and DeGrom are going to be like a 1-2 and the back of the rotation keeps pitching the way they do.
And Syndergaard
that
isn't
should be good.
even
Yeah.
back, right?
Nope,
When
he's
is he
not
coming back?
June-ish. But that, I mean,
Carrasco, too.
I am going forward with it, getting nothing from him, just because like, coming off of Tommy John and
So
whatever.
are you thinking like the Mets could be one of the best teams in baseball, or no?
Come on, Dan.
No?
No.
Why not?
Glenny seems to be.
Because of me.
Yeah, I know.
That's Glenny.
Yeah.
Glenny.
How good do they have to be for you to start being like, dude, this team's legit?
I think they're good already. I'm very
No, I think
optimistic.
they're good, but like if
Well,
like
they're not
Clem
Dodgers.
says they're gonna win. Yeah, that's what I mean. Clem says they're gonna win 96 games. I'm like, no, they're not.
They
I
can do
saw a
that.
stat.
I'm gonna say no to that just because I am who I am.
I saw a stat. I think it was like the Dodgers have been favored
They're
in like
They
163
are.
straight games.
Disgusting.
It's crazy. The last time they
What?
weren't favored was
100?
2019. So maybe it's not 163.
So
maybe
no,
it
That
was like
can't be
60.
counting postseason too, right?
No, I think it was.
Really?
Yeah, who
In the
they
World
not be favored
Series,
against?
there wasn't like
No.
maybe this one's gonna be close.
No, I
I
don't think so.
but it wasn't 160. Find that stat for me, Glenny. It was crazy.
There wasn't a World Series
wasn't
pitching
162.
matchup. Like, maybe we'll give it to the AL here.
Find it for
Come
me.
on.
Dodgers
think so. I
favorite.
mean, they're
Just
that
search
fucking
Dodgers.
Dodgers' favorite gambling streaks.
Oh, that's too many
do
words.
they-
Glenny.
okay.
I don't know how to do this stuff.
Yeah,
Come on,
you know?
Glenny.
I don't know how to do this.
Dodgers.
Dodgers' favorite streaks.
All right. While you're looking that up, I have a question.
I'm getting
Who in the
Andre
fucking-
96 straight games.
You see this?
All right, here we go. I have it. The Los Angeles Dodgers have now been favored in 96 straight games, dating back to the final game of the 2019 season versus the Nationals. They have been favored in 134 of their past 136 games. That was the stat, 134 of the last 136. That's insane.
Yeah, I wonder who. So they probably went up against I don't know, like a DeGrom or somebody that's just like, well, we got to give it to them.
Yeah, they're probably going against Scherzer in the Nationals game. Or the last game of the season, they
Even
probably
that,
weren't
I
even.
don't know about nowadays,
Yeah, they probably
you know.
weren't even going up against
Yeah.
it. They probably weren't putting anyone out there.
What's your
That's
question?
nuts.
We get to the bottom of who in the office who airdropped me his picture of Michael Gruen. He just retweeted it. Like, someone just sent me his picture, and I stood up immediately to see who was in the room, and there
Gruen.
wasn't KB or Nick weren't here. So I was
Gruen
like-
is a savage.
and,
I can't get enough of Gruen.
like
Look at this fucking
it's
guy.
bothering me so much. Like, who
Didn't he
the
do the
fuck
pre-
just airdropped me that picture?
Didn't he do the preemptive, like, I'm depressed
Yeah.
tweet?
Yeah,
Where it
he's-
wasn't even the controversy, wasn't even about
It was
him?
about Josh getting
Like,
dumped
you
by his
can only
girlfriend.
play that card once.
Yeah, he kind of blew his load on that one.
You can only be like,
The Gruen airdrop, I'm down to make that a thing. You just get Gruen airdrop whenever
airdrop each other with Gruen.
Yeah, you just
And
never
like,
know when
like
it's
they
gonna
didn't
hit.
even send it to me because my laptop isn't in my name. It just says like BSMB. Like, you don't know
So
who
they
it was.
just did it.
So they're just dropping it to random people. Why were you dropping random pictures? It's gonna bother me so much.
Brighten up your day, bro. Just pow, drop a
Yeah.
Gruen on your bitch ass.
It's just
I love
gonna-
these, by the way. Can I add to
Yeah.
them if I see something?
Sure.
Yeah, there's a couple.
I mean,
there's a couple
always-
more good ones that we,
I'm
I think
always.
we gotta add.
I've been using them since whenever Peaky Blinders first.
By the
Yeah.
way, we won.
Yeah, no,
Like,
we've
we have
won.
won the
battle.
No,
think
we
that.
were for
Yeah.
a while. Everyone was like, old man,
No,
like
everyone's on board.
Every single thing except live sports and comedy.
And comedy, yep.
Comedy you can't because the jokes come out too
Yep,
quick.
yep.
Everything else, have to
And
happen.
honestly, live sports, if it wasn't blocking like the scoreboard,
probably would.
I would just be lazy and just leave it up. You know what I mean?
But live sports too, because of the live aspect, I imagine it's not on the same time.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what
like
you
a
guys
front
need
flip.
to do is you got to rank. There's definitely a difference. Like I want to say Apple TV
It's faster.
has
better.
has terrible. They like
Oh, I
block
think
too much
Prime
shit.
does too.
Yeah.
Prime has bad ones.
It's a big.
Ted
thi-
Lasso,
this
I
is-
remember being like,
that's
what the fuck?
That's the right font when it's that
Yes.
with
Yeah.
black.
And it's
when
always
they
gotta
do
be
like
down.
a shadow. They do. Yes,
I hate when they
it's up on
switch it
top,
up and they go
fuck
up and down.
off.
It's
Fuck
the worst.
off.
But they only do that, I think, or usually during credits. Like during the opening credits when there's still names pop around on the bottom, that's when they go up top. But if they're doing that in the middle of the show, that's
Oh,
insane.
I
fuck
want to say Ted Lasso.
And
did that. I was
sometimes,
driving me
sometimes
nuts.
they'll have top line is you talking, like bottom line is me starting to talk. It's got to be like separate
Yeah.
things,
Bingo,
you know? Yeah.
But yeah, it's
So
the
I got my,
greatest
you know,
thing
we got
ever.
our standards, but we've won.
Yeah,
And
totally
also, you
won.
can pick up on things. Like sometimes they're like, there's like a news report in the background that's giving you like a little bit of important information, and they give you what the TV's saying.
Every
things
time.
like that. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah,
Or
no.
or like this almost gives it away sometimes. If there's like a mystery character, and it says like their name, or
Yes.
it gives you a name. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's like, oh, I didn't even know that person had a name, but it, you know. It
That's
was,
okay,
when
so
I
you're saying,
started
yeah.
Peaky Blinders, like whatever year, what it was, 2017, 18, and I watched like the first few episodes, and then I was like, I don't understand any of this.
Anything.
And turned out, I was like, oh, that's that guy's name?
when Alfie
Like, oh.
Solomon was talking.
Yes,
Tom
yes.
Hardy, I was like,
That's
hey.
exactly it. Whatever season 2.
I refuse
Yes.
to believe that that's actually an accent that
Yes.
people in real life use. I think he was.
Who is that?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Tom
Yeah.
Hardy is basically responsible for.
That in Game of Thrones. I mean, when Game of Thrones, I was
Yeah,
like,
that's true,
these are
Game
the
of Thrones.
names and cities that I would never remember, and I retain it. So if you're not on board with subtitles,
idiot.
fuck off and
You're-
go get the shirts. We got
Yeah.
awkward laughing, we got ominous
I'm
music.
gonna keep my eyes out for.
Anything good you want, we'll get
I'm
it
gonna
for
do
you.
it. Yeah.
Robbie
I'm
wants
gonna do
rock and roll music playing. So we'll
Yeah,
get that one up, too.
there's like upbeat music and dance hall music and shit like that. So there's a lot of good ones. All right, let's run now.